Okay, well, Cam here. This should be the last video because I've only got one turn to go. At this point, we're consolidating a stack over here. It's going to take It's going to take 3 turns for this guy to get there. I'm starting to wonder whether it's worth our effort to even bother and whether we should go in with these guys. And I say yes. No, we can't because they've all just moved. So not they've all just moved, but 2 of them have, and we need those 2. So that would be that. Okay, so it's blinking at me like it's the end of the turn set. Again, ooh, right. So Mansa's picked up Alphabet and willing to trade 3 very cheap technologies for metal casting, I'd imagine, but we're not going to have a bar of that. And nothing on the resource front, so not much to do from this point. We're going to we've got that archer there. Oh, who are you? It's a barbarian. Okay, well, I think I might run the spear out to protect that cottage. Let's take our stack. I'm sorry if this is 1 unit too short, but I'm getting impatient. And what was that we're looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, God. 5 archers and a chariot. We've got 10 units ourselves. Okay, well, that I think would require an enormous amount of luck to make happen. We can do 2 things. I suppose we can pull them all back the next turn. In a perfect world, he'd suicide a whole heap of units against our stack, but I don't think that's going to happen. We can pillage his horses here. Oh no, they're pigs. Where's his horses? I saw horses somewhere. Oh, they're down there. Yeah, I'm not real excited about that. Doable if we're lucky, but very risky. Okay. What have we got? The spearman was chasing this archer. What chance to go 24? No, so that's not going to happen. Curious to just have a bit of a look at Persia. Alright, well that's the 15 turns for me. And I guess at this stage we've got a very 50-50 battle at best against Mongolia here. On the plus side, we pick up a really nice city with 3 food resources, and you know, he's got a settler sitting in there, so that's a worker in the making for us. On the negative side, I guess our stack could be completely blown to bits, and would sort of be back at square one. I mean, we do have a extra unit here. As I said, these things often come down to a difference of 2 or 3 units rather than 1, but we could pull him in there and join them up and wait a couple more turns, and you know, to be super careful, we could wait for this extra axeman to come out. Really one for the roster to work out what they want to do, whether it's worth going for. Not much we can do on the trade front from recollection. Last turn there certainly wasn't. Well, he's prepared to talk iron working now, which which might be of interest just to see what the trade actually is. Yeah, it'll give us everything. So how many beakers is that? 60, 90, 150, 300, 600 beakers for 672. So it's actually not a bad offering, but what it will do is it'll send our Wi-Fi becoming too advanced level through the roof. And it's often advised that if you can pick up text like fishing in one turn and so forth, that you probably should do it yourself and save your trades for more meaningful stuff down the track. Really, there's nothing we can do in terms of diplomacy. Everyone's cautious towards us, and except for him, obviously. He's still willing to open borders. Just check the relations again. Well, they're annoyed with him. He's not going to be of any use, but maybe. And we can obviously start trading away our resources if we wanted to be super friendly, but I don't really see the value in that at this point. So probably should get, now that we're back in sort of under the happy cap, we can start doing something there. This city obviously needs to grow by a pop point in order to get back to working those two mines again. That monument will be chopped out, or if not the monument, then whatever we decide to build next. So so that's something to look forward to. And yeah, we've just obviously started to build a bit of culture here too. If we can pick up a couple of these tiles, that'd be good. Even if obviously if we take the Mongol capital, then those tiles will be picked up naturally anyway. So good, and I suppose handy to know that Persia's all the way over here in terms of at least knowing the lay of the land and our prospective enemies and so forth. Very pleased that really no new cities were formed by our neighbours in this turn set, although when I say that, look at that, that indicates that he's got a city there which would be designed to pick up, or at least compete with the city here to pick up that ivory. Yeah, I'll just look at no, we've still got complete control of our city, and Thebes hasn't popped its borders to start competing there culturally. Okay, well look, I'll leave it here. I suppose the big question is this stack good enough to take that city? And to say I'm not nervous would be an understatement. Yeah, but unfortunately he's not at least got promoted archers, at least when I'm fighting city garrison 2 level units or something like that. But that 40% cultural 40% cultural defense is certainly something that we're going to have to tackle. Yeah, the other thing I guess is that yes, we've put a whopping 6 beakers into monarchy since I've started playing this turn set, but whether we go down the monarchy path or the theology path is another one for consideration. At 774 beakers, 747 beakers, should I say, that will actually end up wasting a few great profit points. Whereas divine right's going to be much more expensive, and we should, if we decide to bulb divine right rather than theology, it'll probably get us 200 or 300 beakers more from the value of that pop, from, as if my memory serves, that that great people are worth about 1,000 and great scientists a bit more than that. Anyway, look, as I said, I'll hand it over here and look forward to seeing how the roster goes with what I've left you with.